Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. In motion, the tight end. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And the first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Wilkins. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On now is the punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Fielded at the 20. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And that will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards 1 week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Results in a first down.
They go play action here on first down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. straight ahead. It's Robinson.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Back to throw here.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
2nd and 5. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 5 yards.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Our home team.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The home team's offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category.
Oh, and now some space to operate.
Look at the big fella go.
And finally marked down at the 23. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Our home team 7, visitors 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's good. We're on first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. From the 46, here's second down and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
46-yard line.
On the completion, this is Carey.
Gain of 6.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
It's a gain of 6. Result is a first down.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a first and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 14-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Multiple defenders there to drop in for a loss of 4.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. He finds his man complete. That's Wilkins. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Looking to put a drive together.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. Down the left sideline.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. 72 yards. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now 3rd down and very long.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 2nd and 13. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings us
off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
At their 49-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
This offense back to work now late in this 1st half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
So these 2 teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Pass midfield. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Well, this has been a close game throughout, but that return can help them gain the separation that they've been seeking throughout the game.
This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. 30-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Day. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And a first down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Up the middle they go. It's Day. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Now back to throw.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches. At the 46
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Back to throw here.
Slant pass complete to Carson. Second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play. Now 5 on the ground. First and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Day.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland Browns.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Second and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. The completion, this is Carey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Brings up second and goal. At the 2-yard line.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
15. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. 2nd and 11. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Looking to throw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one is right through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
18 yards and a 1st down.
47-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
No gain on the play.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
17 at the 35-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The quick throw complete into the flat out left. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
At the 42-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 45-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
They'll drop to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside.
This 2nd and 4.
At the 19-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
2nd and 7.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Taken down at the
They'll come up
14-yard
now on
line.
second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
He's back to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
So now, after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
A gain of 11 yards. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
And here an overtime reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. Decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. And on now is the punter. On for a very important punt here in overtime. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. So here are visitors to take over on offense.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
2nd and 2. On the completion, this is Carey. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
An 8-yard pickup results in a first down.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Intended for his wideout. It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to throw again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Gain of 14. Result is a first down.
They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hand off now to Robinson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Robinson with another carry.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for our visitors, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.